tassa. Namo tassa. Bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa. Bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Dhammāṃ saranang gacchāmi. Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tutiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tutiyampi Dhammāṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tutiyampi Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Dhammāṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi. May Buddhas, Maha-Buddhas, Pratyeka Buddhas, Maha-Pratyeka Buddhas, Maha-Bodhisattvas, Arahants, Maha-Arahants, Noble Ones, Grand Masters and Great Gurus preside over our request for forgiveness. We ask forgiveness for, whether through body, speech or mind, karma accumulated from having mistreated, insulted, hurt or harmed Buddhas, Maha-Buddhas, Pratyeka Buddhas, Maha-Pratyeka Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Maha-Bodhisattvas, Arahants, Maha-Arahants, Noble Ones, Grand Masters, Great Gurus, or all graces. Karma for having mistreated, insulted, or harmed any religion, monk, those who are ordained, those who embody Dhamma, Mahaparami, the portraits and the symbols of Mahaparami, as well as Satyadharma. Karma for having destroyed the books or the teaching media that record Satyadharma of Buddhas or Mahabodhisattvas. Karma for having mistreated, insulted, or destroyed the relics of Buddhas or Arahants, the footprints of Buddhas or Mahaparami, stupas or Buddhist or sacred places. Karma for having mistreated, insulted, hurt, or harmed our mothers, fathers, teachers, or kind supporters. Karma for having expected to gain mindfulness, concentration, wisdom, insight, power, supernatural power, grandeur, or even nirvana. Such expectations cause us to persist in body and mind training, in different methods and ways, and eventually these expectations become desires for, delusions of, and attachments to Dharma. This is karma that interferes with Dharma and with the natural functioning of our bodies and minds. This interference may last for many lifetimes, or many Buddha's times, and may lead others to have similar expectations, desires, and attachments. Consequently, we are together fixated on our bodies and minds. Such fixation is not Satyadharma, not leaving everything as it is, and not nirvana. This creates karma and karmic results for all worldly beings in different forms of existence and in every special zone for karmic payback. Karma for having misused the power of the mind and the power of concentration to create black magic or any type of supernatural tricks that interfered with, controlled, hurt, or harmed Mahaparami and their descendants, Pratyeka Buddhas, Mahapratyeka Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Mahabodhisattvas, Arahants, and Noble Ones, including all beings in the worlds and samsara. Karma for having used our mind powers to benefit ourselves or to make others become obsessed with us. Karma for having created conflicts or disputes within the monk community. Karma for having caused any worldly being to have positive or negative opinions or misunderstandings about those who are ordained. Karma for having obstructed, objected to, or questioned others for their sacrifice and giving. Karma for having disapproved of or criticized the ordained. Karma for having kept others away from Mahaparami, the grace of the Triple Gem, Grand Masters, Great Gurus, temples, religions, or Satyadharma. Karma for having prevented our parents, spouses, children, or any other people from being ordained. Karma for having prevented Buddhas, Mahabodhisattvas, Buddhist masters, or their followers from proclaiming Satya Dhamma. Karma for having stopped someone from building Buddhist places, monasteries, or monks' living places. Karma for having used our thoughts or opinions to make others lose their faith in the grace of the Triple Gem, the monk community, or Satya Dhamma. Karma for having used our thoughts, opinions, pride, or delusions to create conflicts and misunderstandings about Satya Dhamma. Karma for having taken or used monks' belongings without permission. Karma for having earned our living from Buddhism, any other religions, or sacred places. Karma for having asked monks for any favor. Karma for having expelled monks or those who embody Dhamma from their living places, caves, huts, temples, forests, or wherever they live. Karma for having pushed out those with great blessed fortune, or any being, either human or non-human, from their homelands to the places where living is difficult. Karma for having sold or handled images, amulets, symbols, or portraits of Buddhas, Mahabodhisattvas, or Arahants, as well as Dharma books, recordings, or CDs to earn our living. Karma for having misused the blessed fortune given to us by the grace of the Triple Gem, or the great blessed fortune given to us by Mahabharami, to satisfy our own or others' desires, or to make others become obsessed with their lives. Unlike Buddha's or Mahabharami's teachings, such misuses do not lead worldly beings to stop, to end, or to let go of their attachments. Karma for our sexual misconduct, whether mental, verbal, or physical, toward the forbidden persons, the mothers, bodhisattvas, others' husbands, others' wives, those who embody Dharma, and those who are ordained. Karma for having ignored, denied, or refused Satya Dhamma, letting go, ending, and enlightenment. Karma for having ignored, denied, or refused to follow Mahabharami's examples of sacrificing and giving. We do this because we are still enjoying our lives, the things we like, the things we wish for, or our personal attainment. This causes us to ignore and deny the words of Mahabharami and Arahants that tell us to stop seeking, to leave everything as it is, and to let all phenomena unwind themselves. This holds us back from Satya Dhamma and enlightenment. Karma for having been stubborn to, argued and quarreled with, complained about, scolded, blamed, or criticized Mahabharami, those to whom we owe gratitude, those who embody Dharma, or those who are ordained. This results in obsession and depression. Karma for having mistreated, hurt, harmed, killed, revenged, abused, or taken advantage of one another. Karma for having prevented others from being born, aborted a child, or killed others by poisoning, burning, suffocating, burying alive, drowning, or using weapons. Karma for having destroyed any other beings to make our living. May I and those related to me ask for forgiveness, and may we be forgiven for the roots of all karma, attachments, expectations, desires, obsessions, wishes, or hopes. These delusions have created many cases of karma over time, bit by bit, lifetime by lifetime. We humbly ask forgiveness for all the mistakes that we have carelessly or inappropriately made with respect to Mahabharami or Mahabharami's blessing. We humbly ask forgiveness for having treated or associated with anything or any being in an improper way. For a very long time, these mistakes have created interrelated karma, causing physical and mental sufferings and troubles to ourselves and all worldly beings in samsara, creating problems for Mahabharami to solve in order to loosen all knots of karma. We humbly apologize for having been deluded into hoping and desiring for anything, as these delusions are the roots of all karma. May we ask for forgiveness with all our hearts for all cases of karma that we have created from past to present. May Mahabharami, Buddhas, Mahabuddhas, and Mahabodhisattvas preside over forgiving all of us in all groups of beings, in all forms of existence, from the deepest hell to the highest heaven, and in special zones for karmic payback. May all karma that still blocks Satya Dhamma and Nibbana be forgiven from now on. Ahosi, Ahosi, Ahosi. We forgive every being, human and non-human, who has offended us or has done wrong against us in any way. Let us forgive one another for all and every karma. Ahosi, Ahosi, Ahosi. We would like to surrender ourselves and pledge to be giving and sacrificing like Mahaparami. We pledge to be in accordance with Satya Dhamma, non-attaching in itself, brightened in itself, ever unobstructed, nirvana as it is, that does not begin or end, and that does not attach or detach. We pledge to temporarily assume bodies and minds, only to bless boundlessly and unconditionally, like Mahaparami, by leading worldly beings in the worlds and samsara, to stop and let go all sufferings and self-attachments from now on. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. May I and those related to me declare our compensation for any debt of life or work that we owe to other beings for relying on them to make a living, or for having them die for us, for our lands and countries, or for any reason. Any debt of work that we owe to other beings, either human or non-human, for excessively or inappropriately relying on them. Any karmic debt that we owe to our wives, to our husbands, to our children, or to our followers. Any karmic debt that we owe to our parents, on whom we have relied for help and care. Any karmic debt that we owe to our followers for relying on them or for using them more than needed. Any debt that we owe to any country for avoiding taxes or for overly taking advantage of its national treasure or society. Any karmic debt that we owe to monks, groups of monks, or religions for taking or using monks' possessions without permission. Any karmic debt that we owe for seeking benefits from monks, from temples, or from religions. Any karmic debt that we owe to Mahaparami, Pracheka Buddhas, Mahapracheka Buddhas, Arahants, Maha-Arahants, Bodhisattvas, or Noble Ones. Any karmic debt that we owe for asking Mahabharami for great blessed fortune, but not using it to lead worldly beings to be enlightened, to end their suffering, or to leave everything as it is, but instead using it to satisfy the desires of other beings, ourselves, our friends, our families, or our followers. We would like to compensate all the debts of karma and of gratitude that we owe to any nation, human or non-human, with the great blessed fortune that we have received from Mahaparami, by being ordained in Buddhism, by being true to Satya Dhamma, by helping and supporting monk communities, temples, religions, and Mahaparami, by joining Mahaparami to bless all worldly beings. May all be part of this forever and ever. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. I and those related to me would like to surrender and remove whatever we still hold on to. All attachments and obligations to persons, to beings, to possessions, to living places, to the 4 basic necessities of life, or to any other things. We hold on to these things because we have longed for them, desired them, or set out for them, for a few seconds, a few days, a few years, a whole lifetime, or many lifetimes. Such desires and expectations eventually become clingings, cravings, and attachments. This is not Satya Dhamma, non-attaching as it is. This is not Buddha's teachings. This does not bless all the worldly beings boundlessly and unconditionally, like Mahaparami. This makes us focus only on ourselves and all the things we are attached to. We would like to declare the removal and cancellation of our attachments to and expectations of everything whatsoever, whether worldly or spiritual, forbidden persons, forbidden things, forbidden treasures, our and others' bodies and minds, our senses of sight, taste, smell, sound, and touch, our sensual emotions, our thoughts and feelings, our way of living, all attachments, and everything. We would like to give up and cancel any binding agreement, commitment, wish, promise, plea, curse, vow, hatred, and revenge toward other beings, ourselves, lands, countries, the worlds, or samsara. These things limit and narrow us. These things burden and prevent us from being true to Satya Dhamma, and from being boundless and unconditional in blessing all beings in the worlds and samsara. We would like to declare the removal and cancellation of any bribery or wish that we have made about any matter to any place, person, spirit, holy deity, divine being, benefactor, noble ones, the grace of the Triple Gem, or Mahaparami. Such karma has bound and obligated our hearts, and has caused us to be unknowingly indebted from the past till the present, and will carry on into the future. We would like to renounce and cancel all desires for and obsessions with great blessed fortune, grace, merit, or might. May we renounce and revoke all desires to practice our bodies and minds, to know or to learn, to have certain fixed states of mind, to obtain mindfulness, concentration, or wisdom, to gain power, supernatural power or authority, or to attain nibbana or enlightenment. Such desires are all worldly matters. They make us want something from Dhamma. They make us narrow, limited, and uneasy when we are among other beings. May we renounce and revoke all desires for and obsessions with Dhamma or virtues, which have become endless attachments to goodness and created new karma. We would like to renounce and revoke all desires for the results of our merits. These desires have caused us to be trapped in enjoying such results and making us not open to fellow beings. Such are worldly behaviors of worldly beings. We would like to renounce and revoke desires for and obsessions with wisdom, intelligence, or quickness of the mind. These are worldly feelings which do not end. Misusing them will only create karma. We would like to renounce and revoke the desires for and obsessions with kindness or morals. These are all worldly behaviors which cause us to linger among ourselves, our families, and our followers. Such desires and obsessions create new karma that holds us back from Satya Dhamma. May we renounce and revoke our expectations for many followers. May we renounce and revoke our expectations to associate with those who can get along with us, or anyone who has the same karmic characteristics, likes, and dislikes as us. These expectations make us narrow and focus only on ourselves. They lead to new karma, cause differences and separations, and do not bless worldly beings in samsara in a boundless and unconditional way. We would like to renounce and revoke all expectations of Mahaparami. These expectations are the causes of new karma, the cause of possessiveness, separation, obstruction, quarreling, and not wanting others to be as fortunate as we are. Such is very serious karma, which blocks us from Satya Dhamma and sends us to the lower and darker worlds, including hell. These expectations limit and narrow us, and this prevents all worldly beings from being blessed. We would like to renounce and revoke our attachments to Mahaparami, Grand Masters, Great Gurus, and the fathers and the mothers who are parts of Mahaparami. By Mahasunyata and by non-attachment, we would like to pay respect and homage to them. We would like to follow them in their unlimited reach to all beings. Also, we would like to follow them in blessing all worldly beings boundlessly and unconditionally. We would like to renounce and revoke attachments to our and others' bodies and minds, and to all things. These come into existence as a temporary means of blessing all worldly beings. We would like to renounce and revoke our intention to attach to, desire to get, or expectation to have all or anything. May all be vanished into Satya Dhamma, non-attachment, Mahasunyata, void as it is, liberated by its nature, ever boundless, ever unconditional, neither attaching nor detaching, and neither beginning nor ending, forever and ever. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Bhutang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sangham saranang gacchami. Tutiyampi bhutang saranang gacchami, tutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, tutiyampi sangham saranam gacchami, tatiyampi bhutang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchami. May Buddhas, Maha-Buddhas, Pratyeka Buddhas, Maha-Pratyeka Buddhas, Maha-Bodhisattvas, Arahants, Maha-Arahants, Noble Ones, Grand Masters and Great Gurus preside over our request for forgiveness.